with the projects that it takes on. I remember initially it was the chapel, and the day it got inaugurated, that we had that meditation in the evening. I calculated the chart. It was a wonderful chart. It was not something that I could have predicted or that I could have said this is the best time. It just happened to be the best time. Then Laurelwood. I don't know if you guys have heard the interpretation of Laurelwood's horoscope when it was actually signed and bought. It's a wonderful chart. Is very positive. Yeah, all charts, like everybody, has challenge areas, but on the whole, the Shakti, the intent of the chart is very, very powerful. Another chart like that was in 1995 when we dedicated the first shrine, Yogananda shrine. We dedicated the community. Very good chart too. Yeah. And guess what? when the school, when you guys decided and agreed for the expansion, it's a wonderful chart. Wow. It's very, very powerful too. And what I see here is the Guru's hand, the Divine's hand, that is timing things and doing it right on the moment that is most appropriate. I'm not going to get into astrological lingo because I don't know how many of you know those words. But in any case, the moment when they agreed to expand the community, what was rising in the East, and the East is very important because it's what is coming into being. It's called the ascending. It's what is ascending. It's the energy that is coming in. Was a very fertile sign, Taurus, fixed earth, so it's grounded, it's solid, it's steady, and it's something that grows gradually like nature. And not to be surprised, the planet that was rising at the time was the Guru planet, Jupiter.
Jupiter, wow.
Yeah, yeah. And when Jupiter is present on the ascendant in itself, it's a big blessing. And it can counteract any other difficulties or challenges. So Jupiter's nature is expansive. It's the most expansive of the planet. It's the biggest of the planet. It has many moons. It puts out more energy than it takes. All the other planets take energy from the sun. Jupiter puts out more energy. It's like a little solar system developing. Yeah, yeah, and that was right on the rising. That was the energy coming in, and so there's the blessing of the Guru, we say, or of the. To be more specific, in this system, they divide the sign into smaller parts related to the moon, and that the division that was rising, where Jupiter was, is a division that has to do with arts, with growth. It talks about the, I don't know if you're familiar with the I Ching or something like that, but similar with this. The above is plants, below is water, so it conveys growth, steady growth. And I was telling Stephen, I have to say this because plants are going to be big in here. Yeah. Yeah. So the earth component, making it beautiful, planting trees, all that is very indicated, and it's going to energize the school. Another area that you look in this type of charts is what was right overhead, because that is like, say, the midday is the one that has most power, and is going to indicate what type of if you want, profession, career, social stance is going to have. Well, at the time, no less than the sun was right overhead. together with we call them rulers, the ruler of the ascendant, with Venus, the planet of love and harmony and magnetism and beautifying things and arts. They were both right above, and together with them was another planet that has to do with the intellect and teaching, Mercury, and communications. And yes, they were all three, right above head, and they look after very important areas in the chart. For instance, Mercury looks at the second house of acquisitions, but also of speaking and communication, and is right above. Kids usually are represented by Mercury. And we have that kids have a predominant role, space to play in the school.
So we're not just going to have a beautiful building, we're going to have really good kids, really happy kids in it.
Yes, very active kids. The moon, which is the other big planet, at least from the Earth, at the time, was setting. So you have Jupiter rising and the moon setting. The moon, it has to do with the mind and with the people in general, masses. If this is the individual part of the school, the ascendant, what is setting is others, is the public in general. And having the moon there, it indicates that it's going to be well known, that the word is going to spread out, that it's going to be known as a school. The moon is in Scorpio there, that is not a public school. It has some spiritual connotations to them. Some people may want to call it metaphysical, some people may want to call it energetic, or there are many words to describe it. But it's also in a fixed sign. So you have three fixed signs. You have Aquarius in the midheaven. Aquarius is always the new, is the new age, is Dwapara Yuga, is the age of fraternity, is the new ideas, new solutions. And you have Taurus on the ascendant, which is grounded and very earthy, and doesn't yield until it sees results. Taurus likes physical results that can touch, that are solid, that are stable, and that's going to manifest. And then you have Scorpio, another fixed sign in the descendant. These are earth, fire, and water elements, very strong, indicated there. There is also air element involved. Well, but what I'm saying is the chart in itself is, I couldn't have chosen it. And this is my job. I look at to see what is the best timing for things, but leave it in God's hand, and it'll give you the right time to begin important projects. So indeed, this is a blessed time. It's what I'm trying to convey to you. It's a time with high energy, and that is going to grow, that is going to expand, has expansive energy to begin with, and that is going to bring about new ideas on education for sure, but it's going to be well known. It has planets in the 10th house of social status. The word is going to spread. It's going to be known about it. And the overall quality is also very important, and I'm not going to go on forever. I'm going to end with this one. It has to do with the in the Western tradition we call it the notes of the moon. And there's a moon. There is one note that has to do with the spirituality, has to do with going inward, has to do with developing inner life, and that is precisely where it should be in the 12th house of spirituality. So there's going to be strong component based on meditation and yoga practices and things of that nature here that is going to be very much of a source, not only of energy, but of intuition. Getting to knowing, tapping into what is the right thing to do at the right time. There is also another indication of healing energy in this chart. So perhaps, well, the energization exercises to begin with, but then also teaching children energetic healing and the use of plants and the use of many means to soothe one another, to counsel, is also indicated. So, yay to you guys that you chose the right time and you allowed it to happen.
So you're suggesting we should keep going?
Yes, definitely.